Please like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and visit our website. We've got the saw put on the base stand. It took two of us, so my camera person had to do that as well. She had one end, I had the other. Now, we've got the bolts put in place and tightened up on this end. Took a little bit of adjusting. I had to use a punch to get the holes to line up, but that just goes to show you nothing is cut perfect. We're getting close. Not quite, and it's still twisted. Getting very close. Not quite there. Rubber mallet. Okay. Interesting. That side seems to be almost there. Nope, that side's way off. Okay. That side's far off. It's in behind. Okay. Pull back. One hole is in. Okay. That washer. Okay, if anybody is smiling after they get this thing put together, they have some really serious mental problems. Okay, now we've got it all built. We've got the top put onto the base that took a few retries to get it done because the instructions are not adequate. Remember, you've got longer bolts to put on the axle than you do to build the rest of it. Okay, don't forget to put on the little reinforcement corners. Even though it doesn't show up well in the instructions, make sure the reinforcement corners go on. Remember, the tray piece goes in the upright position. You can see it here where it's in the upright position. Okay, it took two people to set this beast into place, and it's got bolts all the way around, which we're going to show you. There's one, there's two, there's number 3, number 4, number 5, nope, way up here, number 5, and number 6. Okay, they took pin, punch, and adjustment, and pulling, and 2 people to get the bolts in. Now, they're not a big deal, they're all tightened up, and it's pretty dang sturdy. The reason it moves like that is because that's part of the operation of it. Now we've got quite a bit of more assembly to do, and let's get to it. Okay, we're going to install the stock stop assembly. That allows you to make repetitive cuts. First, you got to get all the little neat papers out of the system. Garbage, garbage. garbage. Alrighty then. Everything is moving fine. Now, this goes in here. Nice little hole for it. Oh, isn't that weird? Okay. Then you have to get one of these supplied Allen wrenches, which there are 3 of them. Okay. That's tightened up. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, next step. Step is going to be attaching the pulley cover. That way you don't cut your fingers up when you're running on the belts. Oh, cool. Extra pieces parts. I like pieces parts. Okay, we have the pulleys, the belts, the stops for that. Pulley, pulley. Inside. And a little screw for the lid. Oh, look. We're going to need a Phillips screwdriver for the lid cover. Be right back. Real tough. Just put the screwdriver in there. Put the screw in there. Turn it down. And screwdriver's too long. We'll get a shorter screwdriver. Stubby little screwdriver. That'll get you in here. There, that's all it takes. All right, now you mount it with, okay, here is your mounting points for your cover. You literally have to take the screws out of the housing. They're little machine screws. One has a washer on it. There is a place to mount 2 of them. Okay, when you're ready to go, you've got to loosen this nut up, this bolt up, until it's, you can get your, oh look, it's all got to go all the way out. You take this bolt loose and throw it on the floor. That's always a good thing to do with pieces. Put this in. Get your screws started. On the washer. And then you rescue your bolt and washer that you threw on the floor. Okay, and then you put them into your bottom plate. And you turn this up as far as it'll go, and you tighten your screws here. I chose to put the one with the washer on the top because I just wanted to. It does say to put it in one of the holes. I don't know if it makes any difference, but we don't want to find out. Close it up and you tighten up your piece.
That's a bracket, right?
Yeah, that's a stabilizing bracket for your
Housing.
pulley cover. All right. Now we go on to putting the pulleys in place. It appears from the instructions that the motor pulley is a small one. You have a large one and a small one. The small one goes on, and these pulleys enable you to vary your speeds on the saw. There's some other way That's gonna rub. Maybe. Okay. Let's tighten up the pulley. Sure sounds like it's rubbing to me. You tighten the pulley up with one of the supplied Allen wrenches. Make sure it's snug. You don't want your pulleys come flying off while you're in operation. That would be bad. I'm going to do a little preemptive repair on that. The reason I'm going to do a preemptive repair is when you spin this, it is rubbing. I can't tell if it's going to rub open, but we're going to go ahead and do a preemptive repair on that. It's spot welded together right here on the little bracket. We're going to put it on and do a tap. Totally free. One more tap. Perfect. Okay, repair complete. Next step, put on the large pulley, and it appears to go on with the large wheel out. Okay. Same Allen wrench as for the other one. And you tighten it on. These are just little aluminum pulleys, so careful not to strip your threads out, or you'll be requesting new pulleys. Okay, pulleys are in place, and we're actually running the saw blade. Okay, and next step. Now we're going to put the little belt in place. Make sure your tensioner is adjusted up. You're turning it out. Slide this forward. Hook your belt. Let's see. Travel fastest, travel slowest. That should give me 80 feet per minute. Now we will adjust that down with the other supplied Allen wrench. We'll turn it down as far as we can by hand. Have a little bit of tension on the motor. I'm tightening up the lock nut that's around it. And then we are going to give it a little turn with the Allen wrench. That should be locking my lock nut down as well as, okay. Hopefully I didn't make that too tight. Let's check to see what they say for belt tension. Okay, they say that you're supposed to adjust the pulley until you have a ½ inch depression on the V-belt. About a ½ inch there. Yeah. So what do they mean? ½ inch between the two or a ½ inch depression there? We're going to adjust it up a little farther. We're going to tighten it up just a touch more. Okay, now we'll spin the little lock nut down. And turn this in to hopefully lock everything together. That should be sufficient. Next step. Okay, the next step is to turn it on and test it out. Cord's all wrapped up. Get it plugged in. We're going to turn it on to see if there's any parts come flying. And here we go. It has an automatic shut-off when it goes down into place. Okay, that's running pretty smooth. Okay. That's for the, we have a crank here that'll adjust the clamp. It's a little bit adjustable. So, on for the first part of testing. We're going to get a piece of steel. We have the saw all built. We're going to test it out on this piece of 3/4 inch steel bar stock. You adjust the tension on this thing if you need more pressure down. You adjust the tension right here by easing the tension on the spring. If you want more pressure to make it run slower, you tighten this up and it will increase the spring pressure and cause less pressure, less gravity pressure pushing down. Now we're going to get set up and we're going to do its first test. I adjusted all the stuff off camera. Sorry about that, you didn't get to see that part. But now we're going to set up for a repeatable cut. You take this and bring it up. That is your stop guide. Now you'll be able to repeat that length anytime you want to until you're done cutting this one and readjust it. All right, bring it almost down to it. It's got a little bit of resistance and we're going to start cutting. I'm going to add a little oil to it. And it automatically shut off. That's your first piece cut. If you wanted to repeat that, you could get that same length, exact length piece anytime you chose to, as long as unless you adjust the bar. Okay, that part's done. Now we're going to test it on something a little bit bigger. Here we have something a little bit bigger. Now it's just a short little piece, so I welded it to a piece of flat bar stock. And we're going to cut down through it and see how well it does with cutting through a 2-inch round steel bar stock plus a flat plate. Let's get it set up. Don't need that. Looks like it's going to be cutting about a 1/2 inch piece off of it. That's exactly what I want to do because I don't have that much left. Here we go. And she's cut. Now that cut through a 2-inch piece of steel with a 1/4 inch piece of flat bar welded to the bottom of it. That didn't take much at all. I'm pretty impressed with this. I think it's going to do me a lot of good service for a long time. We'll keep in touch. We'll show you how it goes as we go along. Now, to get this set up right, I ended up going with the center speed on it, which is 120 RPM, feet per minute, sorry, 120 feet per minute, and it's the center pulleys on both, the motor and on the machine. That will cut mild steel, that should cut hard steel, that should cut everything but tool steel. We should be good with that. If you're going to cut something really soft, you may want to speed it up a little faster, like aluminum, brass, but once you start getting harder than brass, go with the center wheel. Have a nice day now. Bye-bye.